Good morning, welcome back to a brand new video here from Miracle Mountain. It's just me and the animals, and I'm really excited about today because I'm going to the new project property and I'm going to get on with some good work down there. The whole time I was in Finland, I was thinking about the certain jobs that I could do as soon as I got back, and I'm just really excited to make that an incredibly beautiful home like I know it can be. It was a really weird night last night. I woke up with Bella crying next to me, so I had to comfort her because we had a big storm and there was really loud thunder and lightning. I believe the lightning actually caused some fires not too far away, and yeah, all the power went out on the house, so I've only just managed to get the power back on. So now I can go and make sure all the animals are okay. I've already let them out. They're basically just lurking around the house. I think you can see Furrnando just behind me on top of the UTV, and just check they're all good, and then I can make my way down and start this work. Are you having fun up there, Furrnando? Are you going to come down to the house with me and help me do some work? The goaties are just hanging out by the house in the shade because it's already quite warm today, and they love to walk along this stone wall and rub themselves along it to get all of their old fur off and just have a nice scratch, don't you? Are you right, Mathilde? You're looking a bit sleepy. It's a bit early for you at the moment, isn't it? What is that on your nose? Oh, the flies are horrible at this time of year for the animals. They don't really bother me, but the animals, it's not nice. Oh, and Bella is doing very well. As always, she's such an amazing dog. Are you guarding the property for me while I go? Yeah, you're good at that, aren't you? You bark if you see anything. Right, so now everyone is happy. I'm happy. So I'm going to head down to the new property, actually to the garage on the way, because I need to pick up a saw. I think everything else is already down there. I very nearly forgot about the chickens, so I'm gonna just pull up here and go and lock eyes with the chickens and make sure they're okay. I'm sure they are. They like just hanging around in the goat enclosure anyway and rooting around in all of the straw, and I actually was like, oh, they're not laying any eggs at the moment because in the summer they do lay less eggs when it's hot. But I found where they're laying the eggs and it's under the goat bed. There's tons of them there. Yeah, the chickens are absolutely fine. You can already see there's one in the goat enclosure rooting around all of the straw. Oh, there's one under the fold down door there, and there's another one about to tuck in. I've just noticed that the hay holder has fallen off, so I'll sort that out. The goat water is looking a bit low as well, so I'm going to tip that out here and then go and fill it up now. At the moment, the goats are going through a bucket like this size a day at the moment, pretty much. And obviously it's super important to keep them well hydrated and make sure they've always got plenty of water. There is places they can drink, obviously on the property, out of the ponds and the lake, but I like to make sure it's provided nice and fresh and cold. Did you follow me into the forest? What are you looking for? What are you after? Did you think I had some treats for you? I'll come and give you some treats later. She's so funny. She's just glued to my side. Everywhere I go, she's following me. Very cute. You can see there, that's under the goat's bed. And look at all them eggs waiting for me. They're really fresh as well because they weren't there a couple of days ago, so they're definitely still laying nicely. Right, just a really quick, I don't know if you heard me there, just a really quick stop at the workshop to pick up a saw. Completely forgot what I came down here for. Just a few things to sort out in the workshop, but this is what I've come for. This is going to come in handy today. Right, that's all the faffing around done. Brought the electric saw as well, because I think I'll be able to use that for some stuff, but let's see. You know you live in a hot country when you check the weather forecast and it says 35 degrees and you're like, oh, that's brilliant. A lovely day to do some work. There was a cricket hitching a ride on the UTV. It's gone from Miracle Mountain to the new project. But yeah, let's get in this house, see what needs doing. And look at that view. Never gets old, the view over the pool. I cannot wait until that's renovated, a fresh lick of paint, and it looks amazing, full of crystal clear water. It's going to be heaven in the summer. Why do I use Squarespace? If you have a shop on your site, then with the flexible payment options, checkout has never been easier. You can accept credit cards, PayPal, and even offer buy now, pay later with Afterpay and Klarna. With Squarespace Blueprint AI, their guided design system takes the guesswork out of building your own website. Using the prompts, you can choose what you'd like and go from there. Terms like SEO can be off-putting, but simply put, they optimize your site and help it stand out in the search results with their integrated SEO tools. You can get discovered by more people faster, and with their fluid engine customization, it's all at your fingertips. Drag, drop, and create on the go with ease. You don't need to worry about understanding code or messing around with heavy technical features, and Squarespace is designed with the user in mind. So if you haven't already, then definitely click the link in my description or head to squarespace.com/indieprojects or use the code indieprojects for a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, so I'm in the house, but I might have a problem on my hands because as soon as I walked in, a massive hornet, I can see it, a massive hornet flew straight past my face and I was like, whoa! And I can see it over there. There might be more than one, which isn't good. Oh, there's another one there. Okay, this is bad. If I zoom in, see if you can see this. There's one of them. And I'm far away, and that is massive, absolutely massive. And I've been stung by a hornet before on Miracle Mountain, and it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. It was about 7 or 8 hours of, you know when you get stung by a wasp or a bee and it's like an intense pain for like, I don't know, a couple minutes at max and then it dies down. Well, this was the intense pain, but for 8 hours straight. It was unbelievable. And if you get stung by too many of these, more than one, it's possible that you can die from some sort of shock because they're that bad. Asian hornets. I need to do something about this. So that's where one is, and it's not moving at all, which is good. It can just stay there. And then the other one was over here by the window, flying around trying to get out. There it is. Oh, it's massive. It's huge. And look what I've just noticed. It's got loads of its, I don't know, family members, friends, all just dead on the side and on the floor. It's like a massacre's happened. They're clearly getting in through the chimney and not being able to get out again. I'm working in here today and I don't want to get stung again. That was the most brutal pain ever, so I need to try and take some action. I might have to call the council, see if they can send a team round to help me get rid of these, because that's what they do, because they're so invasive and so dangerous. They'll send someone straight over, but the problem is they don't usually do that unless you know where they're coming from, like there's a nest. So if I can find a nest, I'll be fine. If I can't find a nest, there's no point calling them because they'll be like, there's nothing we can do. I'm going to leave the front door open and hopefully they're intelligent enough to go, oh, the door's open, let's fly out and just leave Theo on his own all day, getting on with the work. But I very highly doubt it. I'm sure I've seen some bug spray in the stuff that I removed from the workshop under the house. I'm positive there's some bug spray around, so I just need to have a look and see. That right there looks like some sort of bug. I'll have to translate it and see what that says. There's another one. Well, that was easy. There's another one. May have been a problem before. Okay, that's definitely not what I need. Right, I'm going to translate these and see if any of these will do the trick. So it seems like this red can translates to the closest thing that should get rid of these hornets, but if it doesn't, it could end badly, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. The blue one, it said flies and a mob. So, yeah, it's good to know if you got any problems with the mafia, definitely spray this on them. Right, unfortunately, hornets, your time might be up. That one's still not moved, which is a bit weird. It's literally just there. I really hope I don't get stung, but here goes. Okay, fell down. Curtain's in the way. Oh, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. Okay, so they are both eradicated now. I'm not gonna lie, see me just bang my head off that. That's the first thing that needs to go today. But what I'm gonna do is get out of this room for a minute because obviously this stuff's not great to be breathing in. So I'm gonna air this out, open some windows, leave the door open. And yeah, that was a bit scary because I know the pain that them Asian hornets can deliver. I've just done a quick perimeter check and I can't really see anything apart from a small little nest there and a small nest there, but that's not an Asian hornet nest. So it's a bit frustrating. I think it could even be in the chimney, like in that concrete, like right in the middle. That's probably where they built it and they're just coming in and then can't get back out. Turn the lights off. While I wait for that stuff to dissipate, I've got some, oh, it smells in here now. I've got some tester pots of paint that I want to try out for possible tones around the house. Okay, so these are the tester pots that I've got. I've got like a sage green. Then there's like almost like a natural earth plaster look. I really like the idea of that. And then just a grey, probably not going to use that, but give it a go. And then another kind of off-white plastery look, but a little bit lighter, as you can tell. So I'm going to paint these on the wall and we'll see what we've got. There wasn't very many options. I was hoping for much more choice, but that's all I could get for now. I'm going to try it, but I've got a feeling that I'm going to have to order what I want online and dive deep and see what I can find. And I think for the house anyway, I want to go for like a lime wash, like maybe like a little bit more rustic feel. So it's not just like a block color, it's like a bit more washy and there's some texture to it. I think that'd be really nice. But down here, this room, I want to go really dark as well. And I think this kind of sage green is going to be too light, but let's give it a go. But this will give me a nice feel for if I want to go darker or if lighter is actually fine. If you got any ideas, leave them in the comments. As always, I love to hear from you guys and we can bounce ideas backwards and forwards off each other. There's no one here but me and the animals don't talk back, unfortunately, so you guys are going to have to keep speaking to me. And yeah, we can work this project out together. I really like already the top 3 tones, actually. That's definitely the vibe I'm going for in terms of like the tonal colour range, like that kind of muted, matte, earthy, warm, nice vibe, and then the grey. It's just horrible. I don't see where that grey would fit into this renovation at all. But let's come back in a little while once it's dry and have a look. But right now I'm going to head back upstairs and get some proper work done. So you can see what a problem this beam is for me and anyone else who stays in this property. Unless you're very short. You're not getting under here without smacking your head. And I've hit my head so many times on this beam. This feels like a very good day to get rid of it. So I'm going to cut it somewhere here and take it out. There is a support here, and I can always put a big coach bolt through there to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. It's basically just holding up this banister. So the actual force that it needs to hold isn't too bad. I have just finished sanding the beam that I cut. And even though it's just one beam, it was going right across the stairs. And visually, it is so much better now. And it means that I will never have to bang my head ever again. Even though I know it's there, I always bang my head every single time. Look at that, guys. It looks so much better just not having the beam right across here. And if you look up here, there's a big hole left. So what I'll do is I'll flatten this wall here along these edges because it's bowing out a little bit where it's been plastered around the beam. I'll put a piece of wood over there and I'll fill that with concrete. It was really hard to get out because they put nails in there to keep the wood in place. And what I'm thinking to do next is these ones along here, because I want that floor to ceiling feel. Like when you walk in, if I turn this round there and go up like that, they're just kind of like, they're quite far from my head, but it just gives you this feeling architecturally of like enclosed and smaller than it actually is. So I think if you walk in and then beams aren't there and you've just got the view straight up to that beautiful skylight with all the light pouring in, it's going to be incredible. So I definitely need a ladder, which is at the cabin all the way up the mountain, and I can't drive the UTV up, so I'm going to have to hike up there and carry the ladder down before I can remove these beams. I will leave this beam here, but none of these, as far as I've looked, they're not structural at all. All I think them beams were for was maybe once upon a time they were thinking, instead of having like an open mezzanine up here, they were probably thinking that they were going to extend the second story of the house all the way across. But I don't need that space up there. I just need this really big mezzanine that's already there. So I'm just going to keep that. And obviously this beam is a supported beam for the mezzanine. But again, on the other side, these 3 beams can go. They're not doing anything. And one of the things I love doing when I'm designing a space is the architectural side of things. So like understanding why a space flows, how a space flows, and understanding why a space can feel smaller than it is. And it's these beams that are doing exactly that. This should be floor to ceiling. You walk in, it's the first thing you see. You suddenly have this feeling of all this space, even though it's not a massive area. Before I go though, I've just spotted the biggest insect that I've ever seen, ever. It's huge. It's bigger than an Asian hornet. I don't know if this is going to do the trick. That is scary. I might have to run here. That is ridiculous. Can you see the size of that? Wow, that is unbelievable. Come around here. Right, I got it. And look, I don't need to bend my head, but I am leaving because that thing, even though it's now dead, if there's another one, like they're absolutely massive. They're coming from somewhere and I need to find out where, because it's not exactly fun working around them kind of things that are trying to kill you. So I've just had some lunch and now it's time to hike up the mountain because, like I mentioned, I can't drive the UTV up here because I'm not allowed to use any chainsaws at the moment because, let me just duck under here. Basically, Portugal was in a state of emergency. So you're not allowed to use any tools like that at the moment because of the fire risk. So I'm just gonna take the hike, get some exercise, walk all the way up to the cabin, and then I'll have to carry the ladder all the way back down, but it's good. I don't go to the gym, but I don't really need to because this is my life every single day. I absolutely love this hike. It just reminds me what a beautiful property Miracle Mountain is. So gorgeous with all the stone and the trees and the way the light hits the forest. So peaceful up here as well. It's about a 20% gradient all the way up until I get here, and then it gets a lot steeper. And there it is, the ladder in question that is going to really help me out with removing these beams. So I'm going to pick that up, put it on my shoulder and hike back down the mountain with it. And then I need to find some acro props because I've got an idea. But before I do that, I'm just going to sit here and appreciate the space because it's just wonderful up here. This is the reason I built the cabin here. And one thing I've really tried to do lately is not push myself through things. So normally a normal day for me would just be like just 0 to 100 all day. But now I'm trying to appreciate those moments where I can sit and enjoy the property and just breathe a little bit. It's much nicer. I still get the same amount of work done, but I just get those little pockets throughout the day to just breathe, and it's really nice. Oh, it's full of water, dripping everywhere. Probably be quite refreshing on a day like today. But yeah, let's head back down the mountain and get to the project property. We'll get this back in the UTV, go and find them acro props, and then I can start removing all of those beams that I'm very excited to remove. I'm on the home straight now, which is nice. Another 5 minutes and I'll be back at the UTV. It's good to see this water flowing still nicely in the middle of August. That's super positive. Just approaching the lake now, so yeah, it won't be long before I'm back down at the new property and I can start ripping them beams out. I can't tell you how excited I am to see them. Well, not to see them, for them to be gone. And this view never gets old. Look at the lake, it's looking so nice still. I'm really excited as well to clean it up at the end of August, probably early September, like I said, before the rains. Clean it right up and refill it once that rain comes. A very, very sweaty work, but I made it. And I'm back at the UTV. We'll chuck that in there. We'll go and get these acro props, and then let's start ripping these beams out. So this is actually really decent wood, so I'm trying to save as much of it as I can, because I'll definitely be able to use it to build something on this project. I can already think of like 5 things I could use this for, so I don't want to damage it. I want to save as much as possible. First of all, I'm just going to take a hammer to here and see if I can lift it out, and then lift it out that side, and then acro prop it if I feel like it's going to fall at any point. I was thinking I could use the acro props to kind of twist and put some vertical pressure to kind of pop them out, but I just tried it and it didn't work. So let's try this method. Excuse me looking like Ali G. If you don't know who Ali G is, look up Ali G, because yeah, the glasses I wear always make me look like Ali G, but it did pop out a little bit. I'm going to try the other side and see if I can wrangle it left and right, but to be honest, I'll probably just end up cutting as close as I can to the side of the wall, and I've still got plenty of wood to deal with, and then I could just take the last bits out really easily. I think that's going to be the quickest and easiest method, especially in this warm weather. There we go. They are well in there, big nails. Well, it is fair to say that I am absolutely blown away by the difference. Look at that, you walk in and you got floor to ceiling height and it just feels massive. It feels so much bigger. All I got to do now, obviously that one came out. It was hard work, but it came out. When they're stubs, they come out a lot easier. So I'm gonna remove these, and then I'm gonna move on to this side as well. This is essentially the dining area, kitchen over there, dining area, some sort of table, maybe this table. And if I cut these back, again, it will give that feeling of space and height. Oh, it's coming together nicely. I am really, really impressed with that. It just looks so much cleaner as well. It's so worth doing, because if I'd painted the whole place and I'd done everything, a new kitchen, new bathroom, everything, the last thing I want to do is start ripping out these beams and causing a massive mess. So all the destruction needs to happen now. All the tiles are going to get removed. I'm probably going to end up even taking all the floor tiles out, redoing everything. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be lovely. Obviously keeping the character and the details that are already here that are really nice, but them beams, they weren't a good idea. They definitely were just going to do a second story, and it was an afterthought to just leave them there. They do not mess about with construction here. The concrete's so strong. And like I said, they've embedded nails into the concrete to hold the wood in place. And it just doesn't want to go anywhere, but another one down. I feel like the technique's getting better now. It's getting quicker and easier. Better move this out of the way. If anyone wants to win this tapestry, make me laugh in the comments and I'll send it to you. It is really sweaty work, but like I say, it's like one of them few jobs that's going way quicker than I thought it was going to go. I thought it'd be a lot tougher. The cutting the beams and then taking the wedges out after, so much better. And what I'm trying to do is just be careful not to damage the plaster too much, because obviously I'm going to have to fill in them holes and replaster. Before I do these two up there, I'm going to cut the other side because they are nailed into the other side as well through the ends. So if I just start trying to bash that out, it's gonna be stuck on here. So yeah, let's get chopping these out. And these are really long, actually, much longer, much more usable for bigger projects. I am so hot and sweaty, but this is such rewarding work. I'm on the last beam I need to remove, and then just the ends. Oh, it's looking so good. So, so good. Come on. Yes. That was the last one. Woo. Oh, I'm so shattered, but so relieved that I got that done in one day and it's all done. Now the holes just need filling in and tidying up, which will probably take another day to a couple of days, depending on how many clamps and stuff I have to actually cover the holes with. But I'm so happy with how it's looking. Let me go up on the mezzanine. And actually, I keep going to duck under here, but I don't need to duck anymore. I need to remember that. It's so much better. It feels so much bigger. So here I am up on the mezzanine, and it's so much different. Now you just have this big open area down there. Oh, it's so cool. I'm so happy with it. And it's an absolute mess, but it is a building site, so I'll let myself off. But look at that. You walk in and you just, oh, it's so airy now. I love it. This just feels like a floating mezzanine almost. Architecturally, so much better. This was definitely an afterthought. It had to be. It just didn't feel right at all. And now you go under this beam and you have all this space. So you got direct vision right up to the skylight. And it's hard to tell, but that's actually really high. So the sense of room in here now has just been doubled. It's actually incredible. I cannot wait. Imagine when that kitchen's done. All of this is newly tiled, new paint. This is all sanded back and oiled. It is gonna look absolutely stunning. So I'm gonna leave the video there for today because, as I said, I'm absolutely shattered. I need to go back to Miracle Mountain, check on all of the animals, make sure they're okay and start putting them to bed, feed the cats, feed the gecko, get Bella in, cook for myself, have a shower, all of the good stuff. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being so supportive yet again. And make sure you leave me comments on what you'd like to see next. I'll catch you on the next video.